Previously on the Arias adventures.
Are you okay?
Yeah, my neck is feeling funny. I don't know what's going on.
Here, let me take a look at it.
You notice a couple of things. The area around the tattoo looks slightly red, almost like skin irritation. Before, the eye of the snake was just empty, like, the skin underneath. But you notice a little bit of discolorization in the eye.
You let me know if it gets any worse, okay? My vote is that we take the Nikojin to Menthalos where they wanted to go, and then we see while we're there if we can link up with the High Board Council to get some information.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some more breakfast and then I leave. I'm running away. I don't want to go.
What's wrong?
We're going to Pitt's place.
What is wrong? Why are you upset?
We're apparently leaving.
Sounds like there's a lot of important stuff going on that you guys have to deal with.
But there's important stuff here too.
Clearly, you're a glass case of emotion right now.
I gotta talk to Blitz.
Why are you upset and what's wrong?
I just don't want to go. Everything, Fiora's here, you're here, Kat's here, Fiora's here. You're always helping so many people.
I know, it's one of my best traits, isn't it?
It is. Mm-hmm. Any luck with what I asked you?
With what?
Are you serious? Like, what does she like? Is she serious? Like, what is? Okay, what's going on? Like,
she asked you which thing you were asking about.
You know what I asked you that one night about my parents?
Oh yeah, that.
What about them?
The thing about your parents.
I grab her by the throat.
Her face seems to ripple.
I knew it.
What? Oh fuck, it's the changeling. Oh, it's the changeling. Oh.
What the fuck?
She's struggling and she's just like, I'm Blitz.
No, you're not.
And her face ripples back into the form of Blitz. And you hear Blitz's voice come from her. Fiora, help!
I pull out my axe. I'm ready to kill the bitch. It's morphin' time. I go to attack her.
She crumples to the ground and whatnot. And blood just starts seeping from underneath her. Fiora bursts the door open. What did you do to Blitz?
Where's Togoru?
He killed Blitz. Mannie and Lokeros, we'll just jump back with you guys real quick outside of the workshop. You just got through investigating the body of Blitz, and you were trying to talk to the investigators. What else did you guys want to do right there?
I want to try to get Fiora's attention, so I can try to talk to her now that the investigators left.
She was briefly talking to another city guard soldier, and he turned and walked away from her, and now she's still standing off away from you guys. But as you approach her, she turns to you and just looks daggers at you. Mannie, are you joining him as well, or are you still staying over by the cart and the wagon?
No, yeah, I'll be close to Lokeros.
Okay, so you both approach.
Fiora, can we talk just for a minute? I know you really don't like us right now and don't want to hear anything, but just give me a few moments to talk. And
What?
Look, I mean, you've been with us. You've been with us on an adventure. You came with us, just simply asking if you would come to save Road. Almost no questions asked, and you. I don't think we would have saved Road without you if you hadn't been with us.
You've been with us long enough to realize, and even Togoru, you've spent some time with him. You know he's not capable of anything like this. There has to be something. Think.
All I know is my best friend, the person who gave me a second chance at life, is gone and dead. And the people I thought I could trust betrayed that.
I know that's how it looks, and if I were in your shoes, I would feel the same way. I understand the circumstances are really bad. We don't know what happened either, but we know Togoru well enough that there would have to be a solid reason for him to act like this. He just doesn't do these things.
I know what I saw when I walked in on them Lokeros. I asked him what he did, and he told me he had to kill her.
Why did he say he had to kill her?
I don't know. His axe was dripping with her blood. He was standing over her body. It's not like he could have attacked me if I didn't stop him.
I understand. I know it's asking a lot, and I don't have any place to ask you of anything. But can you just give us some time? Withhold your judgment, at least on Togoru. Think of me however you want, but at least don't pass judgment on Togoru yet. Let us try to figure out what's going on.
Good luck with that. You guys are in the hands of the magistrate now. It's up to him and whatever he decides. That's what I'll base my judgments off of.
Okay.
Hey, as a quick player, can he sound and look a lot like Michael Sheen's character from Twilight, the Vulture? Can that just please?
Arrows?
Please. Arias. Yes.
You want to
You know,
please, no.
Adam, if I can pull that voice off as best as I can, I'll try. Okay?
That guy is so fetching creepy. Oh man. Anyway, back to the
Back
story.
to the serious moment.
Okay, I understand. Just I just don't want to lose you over something that didn't happen, even though it appears to be what occurred.
Listen, I'm not going to throw you guys out of the tavern tonight, but I would strongly recommend after tonight maybe finding another place to stay till you take care of whatever you need to.
Yeah, I understand. You won't see us. You won't see us tonight. Yeah, we'll take Ramathorn, and you may never see us again.
I need to go talk to Alphorn.
Okay.
She just walks away. So what do the two of you decide to do?
All right.
Go see Ramathorn. Okay.
Yeah. Why don't you contact Road and tell him to meet us over there. Tell him to get the Nika Gin. Let's get Ramathorn, and let's decide what we're gonna do.
Okay, so you're gonna get Ramathorn and get a hold of Rhodes.
Yeah, I think he's meeting us here anyway.
Okay, yeah, Rhodes was on his way to you guys. So actually, we'll jump over to Rhodes now. Rhodes, you have left the Nico Gin. Do you stop and say anything to the Ollie Blocks, or are you just heading straight back to your friends?
No, I don't think it's going to be a good idea to talk to them about the potential of Blitz's death just now.
Okay.
Seeing how fond they were of her. I think that Rhodes would be more practical. He'd be more concerned about solving the matter at hand with Togoru. So he's going to head straight over to his friends.
Okay. So as you're making your way, the streets have already been not as busy as it usually is during the day, just because of with the recent death of the royal family, people are, businesses are still closed for the most part and whatnot in honor of the king's death and everything. And so you're making your way through the streets and alleys. You're kind of going different routes since you're heading towards the Lockriddle workshop. And along your way, I need you to make an insight check, please.
Sure thing. Let's see. That's a natural 1.
Okay. So you're kind of lost in your own thoughts, not really paying attention to, your immediate surroundings and whatnot. You're thinking of your, bidding farewell to Naomi and her brothers. You also have the weight of this situation with Togoru and Blitz's death heavy on your mind and whatnot. Just things are starting to weigh in on you a lot. So after about 10 minutes, when you realize you should already be close to the workshop, you find that you are lost in like a maze of alleyways and whatnot. And you hear like dogs barking off in the distance and whatnot, but you don't see anybody in this immediate alleyway you find yourself in. It's very quiet down this side street.
Okay. First thing I want to do is I want to pull my hood up, and I want to pull the sash over my mouth and nose to just sort of help obscure who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd like to do just a quick look around to see if I can find anything of note or of interest in this alleyway. In a city this big, finding a place this quiet seems unusual.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 18 plus 5, so that's a 23.
You see like some garbage heaps. You see some... It just looks like a long, narrow alley. You see the buildings are very tall, up, 2-3 stories. One thing of note is you don't see any like stoops or doors that would open out into the alleyway from some of these buildings. I mean, it just looks like a long running alley with, solid walls on both sides. And when you look up at the sky, it seems to have become a bit overcast, and you don't remember it being cloudy that morning when you guys headed out.
Okay, well then I guess I'll see if I can reorient myself and carry on at a brisk pace.
Okay, go ahead and make me a survival check, please.
Okay. That's a whopping 10.
Yeah, you are completely disoriented. And you also start noticing that there's kind of a chill that's taken to the air. And you also start feeling like you're being watched.
Crap. So in my Monster Slayer background, would I guess that this change in the weather is magical in origin?
I mean, it's definitely not normal.
Okay. Can I take a quick look around to see if I can figure out where I'm being watched from or who's watching me?
Yeah, go ahead and make another insight or investigation.
So that one for an insight would be an 11.
After kind of like pausing to gather yourself and further note everything, from behind one of these large trash heaps, you see a pair of red eyes sticking out in some tufts of black shadowy fur.
Okay.
And you see what looks to be, and it steps out behind, blocking the path behind you. And you see this very large, it looks like the form of a dire wolf, but its entire being, instead of being like fur and whatnot, it looks to be made entirely out of shadows.
I would like to use my hunter's sense real quick here. So there's an action. I can choose one creature within 60 feet of me and immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are if the creature is not hidden from divination magic.
Okay.
All right. So what do I learn?
From what I'm reading here, I don't see any. It does not immune to anything. It doesn't have any vulnerabilities, as best as you can tell.
What about resistances?
Nope, I don't see anything.
Okay.
And it's not attacking or anything. It's just standing there.
Right.
Just like it's blocking your path. Yeah.
Just want to size it up before.
It's pretty big. Like I said, completely in shadowed blackness. And with its glowing red eyes. And then you hear a voice behind you again that's coming from the direction you were heading.
Okay.
I wouldn't attack him if I were you.
Oh, I'm not looking for a fight necessarily. I say without turning around, just evaluating my options.
Not looking for a fight either. Just a talk.
Well, cat's got my tongue, so I guess you'll have to start. And I turn around.
And you see the small yet imposing figure of Mannie's mother standing there before you.
What?
I was wondering when you'd show up.
My son seems to be very fond of you and the rest of his friends.
Huh. Was there a question in there?
I wish to have just a talk with you, if only briefly, please. I insist.
Talk away. And I cross my arms, pull myself up to my full 6'3" for my usual sort of stooped position, and look at her.
She just glares up at you, and she's just like, I need you to take my son away from this city immediately.
And why is that?
Well, as I've tried to explain to him last night, it's not safe for him here any longer. He shouldn't have been here to begin with.
And what exactly makes it unsafe?
Everything that's already transpired here.
Well, that sounds like the past to me. You're talking about the future.
Yes, there's more things to come along with what's already happened.
And other than vague warnings, do you have something specific to be frightened of?
I'm not frightened of anything.
Well, you're suggesting that we should be frightened.
Exactly.
And without any specificity, you'll forgive me if that sounds a little like a ghost story.
There is something powerful that has its eye already on this kingdom and its city. Someone I represent.
It wouldn't be Lord Renauld, would it?
You've heard of him?
In passing.
I'm curious. A tabaxi far, far from home has already made such inquiries.
Oh, well. These big old ears of mine, they hear quite a bit.
I suppose so.
So, what exactly is Lord Renauld?
What is he?
Yes, you're asking me to be frightened of him and to instill that fear into your son so that we'll run away like kittens in the dark. But all you'll give me is a name? Well, I see no fear in the name of a lord, especially one that I've never seen.
He's something far older than any creature that's lived in this current time. He's something that feeds on darkness and power.
Oh. That's fascinating. It really is.
But more importantly, Mr. Tabaxi, he's someone that if my son gains his attention, will seek Mannie out and hurt him. And if you really care about your friendship with my son, you'll take him out of this city and far away from this kingdom. Take him back to his father.
Yes, well, I respect your son a great deal. And in respecting him, I respect his wishes and his choice. So he doesn't want to go back to his father, best I can tell. Which means that not you and not Lord Renauld are going to drive me to take him back there. I don't give a damn if you represent a kraken or whatever.
I don't represent a disgusting kraken. Those aren't anything to be terrified of. But I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Has Mannie begun to exhibit blacking out periods when using his magic?
Only when he drinks.
Are you lying, Rhodes?
I don't know.
If you are, I need you to make a deception check there, pal.
I'll make a deception check here. That is a 15 with my -1 modifier.
She arches an eyebrow as if she doesn't believe you.
I just stare blankly at her.
There are things I can't completely discuss with you or my son, but I am trying to give you a fair warning to leave this city. If you really, truly care about your friendship with him, if the rest of you all truly are this band of friends or whatever, then you'll take Mannie and leave the city. It'd be better if he returned to his father, but if that won't happen, then at least take him away from this place.
I will leave that up to your son.
I won't be able to help him if Lord Ronald finds out about him.
Have you ever helped him? Because from where I'm standing, I haven't seen a whole lot of help. I've seen a mother who abandoned her son and then showed up to tell spooky stories in the night and fuck with his head. So you'll forgive me if I don't see you overflowing with motherly affection here.
She just stares blankly at you.
Cat got your tongue now, huh?
Just leave the city. I'm begging you.
Bite me.
And as soon as you say those words, in almost like an instant blink, she's gone. And you hear some noise coming from what sounds like a main street nearby. Behind you, the dog is gone as well. The sky seems clear, and that cold chill is gone.
Huh. That was peculiar. Secretly, Rhodes kind of, sort of wriggles inside of himself because he's like, Lord Renault is a giant something that feeds on darkness and I get to kill it. But he tries to keep his cat cool and carries on to his friends to let Mannie know what just happened.
Actually, when you step out into the main street, you see about 100 feet away or so, you see a large enclosed wagon, a cart with a tarp over the back, and you can see the top of Lokeros, and you see Fiora just turning and walking away from him and Mannie.
Okay, well then I will. I'll head over to Lokeros and Mannie, and I will fill them in on the conversation that I just had.
So Mannie and Lokeros, you spot Rhodes approaching you, and as he approaches, you overhear the head captain of the guard, who's been, asking questions and whatnot. He starts giving directions to have both the wagon and the cart head to the prison garrison. And you hear salutes and whatnot as you begin to see both wagon and cart roll away down the street.
So, what's up?
Just had a chit chat with your mom. She got a dog.
What? A dog?
She got a dog. Big dog. Red eyes. Shadowy. I assume its name was Shadow. I can't think of any other name for an animal like that.
Time I asked for a pet, it was no. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
What does she want? Oh, probably the same thing. She wants me out of the town, all that jazz.
Yeah, more vague, mysterious crap about Lord Renault being, some sort of creature that feeds on darkness, and that if he sets his sights on you or becomes aware of you, he'll want to own you and contain you. And I should also watch out if you've started blacking out and use your magic.
Flattering.
Yeah. It's
So,
have you been?
What are we gonna do
when you do magic, Mannie?
Well, there was that one time when I did the enchantment magic for Togoru.
Yeah, but you used a lot of magic on that.
Yeah, and there was that other time when I saved Road too. I think I blacked out on the ship a little bit.
Point
Anyway.
is, I'm not going to tell your mom that you black out. She can bite me.
Thanks.
We'll be right back with the rest of the episode after a quick word from some of our other fellow podcast friends.
Mystery Fantasy Dungeon 9000 is a 25-year-old living and growing world. Now, 2 years as a podcast. We use rules from all editions of D&D and some from other D20 systems. Join as two groups brave this old world in which years of previous adventures have plundered and enjoyed locking away powerful evils. And now, after 4 ages, those very evils are breaking free. How will the current groups deal with this plight? Will they be able to deal with the things they've unleashed? Hunt us down monthly, wherever you can summon a podcast.
Hey everyone, your DM Cassie here. Before we jump back into the rest of the episode, we have kicked off our April Epic Loot Box giveaway. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Facebook pages for our giveaway post. All you have to do to enter is to make sure to like, share, and comment for your chance to win some awesome gear to give you the advantage on your next encounter. As always, if you've been enjoying this episode of Party Advantage, please take the time to review us on your podcast platform of choice. Reviews really do help us spread the word and grow the show so that we can keep bringing you more exciting content. And whenever you find yourself wanting to know more about Arias and Farwind, please make sure to check out our website at partyadvantagepodcast.com. You'll find it full of character backstories, lore, maps, and much, much more. Thank you so much for listening, and now back to the show.
What are we going to do about Togoru? He's kind of going away from us.
Yeah,
in a wagon over there.
Just kind of left in a wagon, but we were told that we can't see him for a bit. So currently we don't have access to him. So what's our plan?
Let's get Ramathorn.
Yeah.
Let's just hang around the jail and figure it out.
Well, I don't know, guys, but maybe we should go back to the tavern and clean out all of the, evidence that might be in one of our rooms.
Well,
that's true.
We should at least do that part, but we're done with the tavern. Fiora made it very plain that we're not welcome here any longer.
Even better. We'll get all of our stuff out, and we'll go stay somewhere else.
All right, so let's go get Ramathorn.
Okay.
So you guys head to the back of the workshop and see a few of the stable hands are a couple of them are like sniffling into the sleeves of their shirts and whatnot. They spot the three of you, and one of the hands nods at you. Come for your ram?
Yes, and we're very sorry for what happened. We will get to the bottom of this.
Didn't your friend kill her? Is it true?
No.
We don't know.
No, it's a misunderstanding. Where's our ram?
The kid points to the stall where Ramathorn has been hanging out, making a home for himself. You see, he's been bleeding. The guys tell you that they were too scared to approach him because he was like kicking at the door and not bleeding as in bloody, but bleating, yes.
Bleating, not bleeding.
I thought I was going to murder a small child.
Sorry, my diction was terrible there. Bleating incessantly since the stuff went down a little while ago. So you see there's like a solid foot dent in the front of the stall. He's already like tipped over his food trough and whatnot. He looks very upset and stressed out as you guys approach.
Oh, gee.
I think you should talk to him, Mannie. He seemed to have taken a liking to you.
Hey, buddy.
He bleats out like pitifully at you.
Oh, I know. I miss him too. But we're going to save him, okay? Need your help. You can help us?
He lets out another.
All right. I'm going to do mending on any of the damage. Let's fix any damages up.
Okay. You take care of. It looks like the inside, like he's kind of like dug his hooves into the dirt and whatnot. He's kicked some of the other sides of his walls besides the door to his stall.
And then I start to kind of lead him to the group.
Yep, he follows you out, and you guys all regroup.
So off to the tavern now to get all our stuff.
Yeah, let's go clear out there. We'll set up a base camp somewhere else.
Yeah, I have a question actually, DM. Now, leaving the town, because all of us have left the town, is it like stone walls bordering the town?
Yeah.
Or is it like okay, so we have to go through gates and then, so do you want to camp outside the town or in the town?
When you look at the map, you see there are some areas that are still within the city limits, but they're outside of the gates. So there's residents and, buildings and whatnot. You can still seek some place to make a base outside of the city if you'd like, if you see where I'm talking about.
And do we know where the prison is?
If you ask one of the stable hands, they tell you the prison is this building here. So it's close to the palace.
It's close to the water,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it is in the water. That's...
Yep. That will be useful.
Now, have either of us seen not the palace, the prison itself?
None of you guys have been over to that. Besides the palace itself, haven't been over there. That area is mainly where a lot of like the military barracks and whatnot are, training grounds for the guards and palace folk and whatnot, along with the prison.
So here's kind of my thought, guys. I think we go to the tavern, we get everything cleared out, we go set up base camp somewhere else, either within the city or outside the city, and then we go case the prison. Go take a look, go see what it would be like if we needed to break in and get Togoru out. Maybe we can find somebody we could bribe to let him out. Maybe we can get to him via water. There's just a lot of unknowns.
There's a lot of... We have some platinum. Maybe we could buy someone to get him out just in time to where we can scoop him out. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I have no issue burning my gold on this. So,
same with Brenda's. So let me tell you some of the things I can cast invisibility. I can cast enlarge or reduced. I can cast darkness. And the thing about my darkness is, which I've been, my sorcerer lineage allows me to see within the darkness that I create.
I can't see in any kind of darkness.
I know. But what I'm saying is I can see in the darkness. It's my special trait. So I can cast darkness.
Sneak?
I could cast darkness, but I couldn't cast invisibility and darkness.
Yeah, well, darkness might be better.
Well, darkness will be better if we want them to know that we're there.
True.
Yeah, so I say that, let's go case it out. Let's go see what we can figure out. I think at most this first round we'll cast invisibility and I'll go slinking around and see what we can find.
I mean, I can also put in a lot of people's...
Right, but I don't think we're ready to make an assault on the prison today. I think some other things we get squared away.
Yeah, I mean, if we get them out, then the docks are quite a ways away. How are we going to get out of here?
That and his weapons and his special item that I made him.
Oh no, his morpher.
Oh, we'll find out where all the personals are kept.
Okay, so how about this? You two go and do that, and maybe I can talk to one of the guards about where his things are being held, where he's going to be held, because he's our friend, probably let me hang on to his stuff. Maybe. I don't know.
It's worth a shot.
Use your charm, Mannie.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll head over to the prison and get a good eye on it.
So all three of you are
Okay, do
heading
that.
that direction?
Yeah, we're staying together. We're not parting.
Well, what about
Okay.
cleaning out the tavern?
Yeah, let's clean
Okay,
up that
Yeah,
first.
so
we gotta
you
do
guys
that
are doing
first.
that. While that is going on, Togoru, let's see how you handle getting set up in the prison.
Make me pause my game.
Oh my god.
I'm
Ouch.
still trying to find your daddy.
Oh no, I'm playing Diablo 3 right now.
I'm sorry we're intruding in your precious Diablo time.
Thank God
Oh.
someone apologized.
Well, it also helps him not to metagame.
Fair enough.
Good solid point.
So, Togoru, you wake up sometime later after being choked out by Fiora, and you find yourself laying on a very dark, damp stone floor. And it smells horrible in here.
Ew.
You are laying on top of your face is kind of like buried in what looks like scraps of musty, smelly cloth that looks like it's been laying on the ground for ages.
Okay.
And you hear voices standing over you, talking in groups and whatnot. And as you start to adjust your eyes to the dimness of the room, you see 4 big, full-blooded orcs standing over you.
What's up, my brothers?
One of them looks at you and they're just like, "Hey, you're not a full-blood. What's a mutt like you doing in here?"
Oh, where's here? I'm Togoru. Hi.
The guy just like kind of spits in your hand.
I grab his junk and I twist until I hear a pop.
Make a strength check, Adam.
Oh, well. That was a 1.
So
it's 8.
you go to reach, and he catches your wrist, and let me have him make a strength check. Ooh, that's a 19. That's a 20.
Did he just break my wrist?
Yeah. So he catches your wrist midair, and with a quick twist, you just hear it pop and snap.
Okay, guys. I was planning to be the biggest guy here, but it looks like I'm going to have to go to option 2. And I'm going to have to make sweet, delicious love to this big guy.
That's
No one will judge you. You do what you gotta do.
Oh my
You do what you
God.
have to do to survive.
Please.
about to
Does
be
he have a
an
handkerchief?
option.
Does he have a handkerchief? Because I grab it if that's the case to signify that I'm his bitch.
No, but the other 3 guys around him start kicking and punching you.
Oh, that seems about right.
So, for the next, that's how-
I just start screaming, "There is a fly! I was trying to get it!"
um,
Wow. That's just, when I
so,
imagined-
so as you're getting beat up, you hear a voice that quickly interjects and everything like, fellas, why are we doing this to the new guy? Isn't there better things we could be doing to him?
Listen to the reasonable one.
And as you have blood and sweat kind of like pooling over your eyes, you see what looks to be a human looking man standing between you and the rest of the guys. His back is to you at the moment. He's wearing like some dirty brown and black leathers and whatnot that kind of makes him look like a hobo. You think his hair is some sort of dark black or so color, but before your vision starts kind of getting fuzzy and stuff, but you hear him, it's just like, look, guys, how about you let me take him, the new guy this time, and tell him the rules and whatnot. And I'll make sure you guys get some extra rations tonight. How about that? Does that sound pretty reasonable?
I vote yes.
You hear some mumbling coming from the guys and whatnot. And right as things start getting more fuzzy before you black out, the guy stands over you quickly, like turns and gives you attention and whatnot. And he's just like, hey there. Hey, new guy. It's okay. Here, let me help you out. And your vision kind of swims again, as one of the only other things you notice before you black out again is he's got super blue eyes. And then your vision fades to black. And you wake up a little bit later and you feel a little bit better. Your face is wrapped up in some bandages and whatnot. Your wrist has been wrapped and whatnot. And he's got a brace around your wrist and everything. And he sees that you're waking up. He's like, oh, hey, how you feeling there, pal?
I'm dying.
Yeah, that happens. Sorry, those guys have been here for a really long time. So, yeah. I like to do that to all the new folk. It's kind of like their initiation thing.
But look at my wrist.
I know. It looks like shit. He really got you. Last time he twisted so bad, the guy's wrist completely came off.
Oh, that's not good.
No. I think he's got some anger management issues. I'm Raz, by the way.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm Togoru.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Why am I here?
From what I could gather, you murdered somebody?
Oh yeah, but she was a bad person.
Then they should be throwing you a parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. I'm not supposed to be in here either.
Should we tell the guards?
I've tried. That doesn't work with them. You're better off waiting till a magistrate hears your case.
I heard he looks like the guy from Twilight.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
So I go to the guard. I go to the doorway. I'm like, guard.
You get up and your body still aches and hurts as you try to walk over to the gate. You see there's a half-elf guard close by. He turns to you. What do you want, scum?
Oh, that's mean. I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
The person I killed was a bad person. Like, she was a villain.
Oh, really? Well, from what I hear, you killed Blitz Lockriddle, one of the most prominent tinkerers in town, you filthy mutt.
Yeah, but that wasn't her.
Oh, really? According to the guys upstairs, you did quite the number on her. Nearly cut her into pieces.
Yeah, it was a changeling. She's not dead.
A changeling. What's a changeling?
Can I have a smarter guard?
A guy like pokes you with his spear through the cage and he's just like,
Can I grab it?
Back. You are going to try to grab it.
He poked me through the cage. And it's a spear. It's not that many places to hold on to. Like, if I can go past his strength, then I can get it.
You can try, but I'm going to have you roll at a disadvantage since you have one broken wrist and...
Well, that was a fucking nat 20, of course. A fucking nat 20. Hey, 21 still better than...
Nice.
Okay, you grab it. You're able to grab it out of his hands, and he quickly pulls a crossbow bolt and draws it on you.
That wasn't very nice. Now say you're sorry, get it back.
Drop the weapon or I shoot you in the face.
I put it back through the hole.
He takes it back. Now get back.
You really shouldn't be poking that through there. See how easy that was for me? Such a tiny guy. I'm Togoru.
Orc scum. He spits in your direction and walks off.
Oh, this will not end well for him.
The helpful guy comes up behind you. He's just like, yeah, the guards are pretty set in their ways here too.
I commit his face to memory.
The guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to get him.
So what do you do now that that's all happened?
Is this basically the story of how I become the Count of Monte Cristo? Because I'm totally seeing it. And I have like a lot of revenge in my mind right now.
I mean, I guess so.
Good. Okay.
So, yeah. So
how long do I gotta wait for the Magister?
it usually depends. If it was something really, really bad you did, you'll probably be taken to the Magister soon.
I killed apparently a prominent member of the society.
Oh, yeah. So you'll probably see him tonight and get hung tomorrow. So it's been nice knowing you.
Oh no.
I mean, hung, maybe drawn and quartered. I don't think they've had any of that in a while. Or it could be a big public execution, like, firing squad or head cut off. Yeah.
I vote for neither.
Oh, I don't think you'll get a say in the matter. But, if you got anyone on the outside who can vouch for your character, sometimes that happens. But again, I don't know. You killed someone important, it sounds like. Worst I did was just sleep with a judge's daughter and his son.
Nice. I high-five him.
He high-fives you back.
At the same time or separate? Because that's weird if it was at the same time.
Well, I fucked his daughter first, and then...
No, I don't need to know. We don't need to know this. No, never mind. Rethought that. So, do we have like a way out? Like, are we, Operation Andy Dufresne? Like, what's going on?
See, I mean, I've been in here for about a week now. Still haven't seen the Magister yet.
Was it his son and daughter?
I can neither confirm or deny if it was the Magister or not.
Maybe that's why you haven't seen him.
That's probably true. Of course,
You're probably just gonna rot in here.
That's in all fairness, because originally I was arranged to meet with him, but I got distracted. Like, I had a date with him first.
What?
Yeah.
Am I with like the world's like most handsomest like whore?
When you look at him, he does have he does appear human, maybe with some elvish features, but you can't be 100% sure. But a guy does
Cassie,
have a very...
I don't see race.
Okay. He is very
Oh, wow.
charming to look at. Besides his very bright blue eyes, you see his hair is like a deep, dark, almost... At first you thought it was black, but... in better lighting, it looks to be like a deep, like indigo or dark blue, but you're not 100% sure if that's just like style, like he tipped it or dyed it or something.
Okay.
You see, you also notice that he's got some really nice bracers or bracelets around his wrists. And he also has like a solid torque around his neck, and that's also silver.
Wait a minute. Those orcs I look at, do they look familiar?
The orcs?
Yeah.
No, these look like completely different dudes. Yeah, these look like completely different.
We didn't kill them all, and they left. So it's just like, they're like surviving members of the people that we killed?
No, these don't look like any of Carver's guys. These just look like...
Not Carver. Oh, no, they were Carver's guys. Yeah.
Yeah. These look like completely different orcs. You also see there's some dwarves and other humans locked up in here as well. You see a few gnomes and whatnot. So there's kind of like a modge podge of races in here. Just those big orcs got to you first.
All right, we need to plan a prison break.
All right. I like your thinking. So you're the brains of the operation?
No, I'm the bronze, usually.
Oh, shit.
And I flip my wrist back and forth as it's like limp. And...
Okay. Hey, you know what? I bet if the two of us work together, I think we could make a pretty good team, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be my new prison best friend. How's that?
Okay. I think
Togoru
we need to...
and Raz. I can see it now.
Okay, we need to unite the prisoners.
Okay, what are you thinking? Prison riot.
Exactly. They can't capture all of us.
That's a good idea. So I think what we do is we go around and have everybody gather up all the buckets, the dump buckets, and we just start pitching them at the guards and just start going crazy, like savage orc people.
I don't like that. Can you not say that like that?
Okay. Should you say it then?
Okay. Okay. I like the dump bucket idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything we can use for weapons? Like, what's like? Are there chains? Are there shackles? Are there like wood benches?
Sorry. As you're looking around, you see some heavy wooden benches that look to be bolted down onto the stone working. You see some chains hanging from some parts of the other parts of the large group prison cell that you see and whatnot. So, and then the dump buckets, of course.
Okay, first off, we got to get the orcs on our side.
Okay, how are we going to do that? Because they did just get through kicking the shit out of you.
I know. Let me talk to them.
Okay, I've got your back.
I walk up to them. Friends.
He doesn't follow you.
Son of a bitch.
You walk back up to them, and the guys turn to you. Back for more?
I propose a alliance. Alliance? Is that the right word?
I don't know. That sounds like a fancy elvish word. What's an alliance?
It's where we don't fuck on each other.
Go on.
Okay. I want out. You want out.
Right.
And
We've all been locked up here unjustly.
Exactly. So it looks like they only have like little, elven bitches guarding the door.
I hate elven bitches almost as much as I hate half-breeds like you.
That's cool. We'll address your rage some other time. I really feel like that if we all get together, we can prison break and they're not going to get all of us. Mainly, I look at him and I kind of whisper the weaker ones. I look at the humans.
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Persuasion.
And you know what? I'll give you advantage on that.
Ha! That's a 20. Minus 1, so 19.
Let's see. Okay, Mutt, you got something going. I think we can rile up some of the other guys.
I feel like once we get riled up and get them riled up, whoever takes the next prisoner, that's when we can gather weapons.
It's a good idea. My boys and we can go talk to a couple of the other dwarvish folk we've made friends with in here. Can get them in on our side. They're crafty little motherfucks.
Yeah.
All right. So when we doing this?
Let's wait to see whoever's the next person that gets taken to the magister, because that's when we'll work on getting some of the chains off the walls. And then we'll wait for that person to either come back or not.
Fair enough. They seem to be on board with your idea. They're all just kind of like, I like this guy. Maybe he's not so bad for a
plan comes together.
Thanks for joining us for the Arias adventures here on Party Advantage. Come join our community over on our Discord channel and hang out with the cast and fellow fans of the show by following the link in the episode description. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook using @PartyAdvantage to check out fun post, polls, and special announcements. Lastly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you stay current with all of our episodes on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Come back next week for the Farwind Saga run by fellow DM Rob Kerr. Will the party find an advantage on their next encounter? Only one way to find out. See you then.